Hello everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by to my channel, The Carter Blues. My name is Wanda Lee. I'm a married mom of 3, and I really appreciate you joining me for High Priority Monday. Today is a lot, so I think I'm finally able to talk about this, but I was let go from my job, and so it has been tough. I've been going through all the emotions. I feel like I've been going through all the stages of grief, like throughout the day, and then when I finish the cycle, I just restart, May make some changes to the way that I cash stuff for our family. I don't know, structurally, but let's count some cash and get into our high priority savings, and we can talk more about this as we go. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 85, 5, 10, and 15. We have $515 that we will be cash stuffing today. And we're going to start with our high priority savings. Binder. And we'll be doing a little bit of reallocation here. So previously, sorry, it's just a lot of emotions, sorry. So if you've watched any of my videos before, you may have noticed that I had a giving envelope in my personal self-care binder, which I did stuff but didn't make a lot of sense because I don't carry that binder around. So I moved that into my wallet, and both my husband and I will give from our wallet, so it makes the most sense. This was kind of supposed to be like long-term, bigger scale giving that we were saving for. Just to add some context there, I don't know if I ever really explained that, so it wouldn't be like necessarily someone needs something and we pull it out of here, because everything in here is long-term. But because we give regularly from our wallet and we kind of allot money toward that specifically, until things are more comfortable, we may not stuff this one here as much, but we will continue to consistently stuff medical. One of my big concerns is that the kids were on my medical insurance, and so glass half empty. I really want to make sure that I am doing something or figure out a way to get them back on some kind of medical insurance. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 30, 330. I will say that glass half full, the beauty of my termination was that it was a role elimination, which means I did receive a small severance, which will last us about a month, and that includes the medical insurance. After that point, we're on our own. Of course, the plan is to look for work, to look for another job, during this time, but as many of us who've been in this situation know, it is much harder to get a job when you don't have one than it is to get one when you do. Vision is getting 25. So my biggest concern really is medical coverage. So kids are still young, things happen. I mean, things could happen with us as well. So it's a concern for us as well, but 1, 20, 30, 40, what's going on? Sorry. Let's start that over. 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 180. So we have 180 for vision now. Yes, and it's also a concern. The medical insurance specifically is also a concern because dental is getting 25 as well. Because though my husband, I've mentioned my husband has his own business, and though he does get help from time to time, he's pretty much a one-man operation with that business, and he does a phenomenal job at it. However, if anything happens to him, that means the business is on pause, right? Which is also very scary. 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70. Not trying to be, so 170, not trying to be a gloomy Gus or anything, but that is the way that I think. Like, I'm kind of a worst case scenario thinker, and the positive of that is that most of the time it means we can, if we're not already prepared for a worst case scenario, we can hopefully get prepared for a worst case scenario and then pray that we never meet that scenario. But I know some people won't view it like that. Some people might be like, oh, you're just being negative. Well, just lost my job, so I'm gonna be a little bit negative for a little bit. Sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. Anyway, emergency will also continue to get stuffed because, yeah, I don't feel like I need to explain why. But yes, emergency is getting 100. So I don't know. We got 50, 150, 250, 350, 450, 550. Oh, great. So we have 2050. Great. So we're much closer to our goal. That's nice. Anyway, emergency will continue to get prioritized and stuffed. Savings, yes, as well. Not at the same rate as emergency, but it will today get 50. So savings has 50, 150, oops, 1650. And I feel like I calculated that. That one's correct. The last note I have here is 1800. Did I miscount this? I said 2050, right? Sorry, I just want to recount this because I know it could either be that my math is wrong here, or I missed a date, or it could be that I miscounted. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 5, 550. Yeah. 5 and 5 is 1,000, so 2050. Okay. I guess I missed a date back here because if I add 100 to 18, I do not get 2050. You can't see that, but it says 1800 is my last calculation. I'm moving right along. Sorry. Sorry for that. Okay. College will also continue to get stuffed. That's high priority, which is redundant to say. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1600. toward college. And not today, but retirement is one we will continue to prioritize. Oh, investments is one we're going to reallocate. Yeah, so we are going to reallocate the money from investments because we don't plan to make any anytime soon. And we are going to reallocate this into emergency. So, emergency is getting an extra 1, 20, 40, 50, and 60. Didn't need to count it twice because we were coming right back to it. Third time for emergency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 650, 670, 680, 690, what? 650, 670, 690, 110. So that's 710 plus our 15. So that's so that should be $2,210. Hope I got that right. Maybe someone else was paying better attention. All right, so we're good to go with high priority savings. Oh, let me just move this giving envelope to the back because the priority, I thought about reallocating those funds, but I don't think I will, just in case something comes up. But these three, sorry about that, these three are going to continue to be prioritized, as well as these three, or I guess these four. But investments, obviously not a bonus because I won't have that for a while. Those three in the back will not be prioritized as much. Okay, so we are done with our high priority savings binder. And this is our debt binder. So our goal for now is to continue to pay our debt down, though what may change is the time it takes us to do it. And that is just because I want to make sure that we're still making strides, but it doesn't come at a sacrifice of our high priority cash stuffing, or even our day-to-day cash stuffing, our kids binder, their sinking funds binder. Also, my husband wants us to not make exaggerated changes quickly, and instead, pace ourselves and figure out, what changes we need to make based on how things are progressing, So I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I'm sorry I'm so gloomy. I know that's probably really boring to watch, but it's authentic. So what we had left on here was, I should take this out so I could write it. Last week, we put in $550, which brought our, I forgot what the date was, so I'll do that later. But it brought us down to a 114 and some change that I have to remember. I could do it now. 114.47. And today we have all of this that we are putting in. So let's see. We have 50, 70, 90, 110, and 115. So we have officially paid off our first credit card debt. Well, I guess unofficially. It will be officially once I put it in the account and then it takes it out of the account and it says 0. That will be official. Unfortunately, I won't have the 0 reading for you today to put on the screen. So I'll have to do that next week after they, take it out and process it. But then we will be done with our first debt, which is amazing. So that means we can go ahead and remove this one. I'm just going to leave that cash out because it's going right to the bank. And we can also take this out because it says June, and we're done with that. And move into our next debt, which originally, had the goal of being completed in December. That may shift, but we can still start it with them flush with our month of July that we're about to head into. So that's a positive thing. And yeah, the second debt is the basically $6,000 one, so it's our biggest one. But the first one that we just knocked out had the biggest interest. So I'm grateful that we were able to get that done. That's 26% interest that we no longer have to worry about. This one's only 13% interest, so I feel better about that. And the last one is 0 interest, and that is a medical bill. It's not there. It's there, and that's a medical bill. So we will be starting that with the new month, and we'll see how we do, and we'll make updates accordingly. But we especially will not be shifting those high priority items in our savings binder. What else does this mean? I do want to take a minute and just say that I'm really grateful that it sucks to be in this position, to be laid off. This is actually the second time I've been laid off in the past 3 years, and it was scary the first time. This time it's still scary, and I think that it's more scary because of the goals that we have for our family, and those goals were created based on a 2-income household, but it's still a blessing that I'm in this situation with my husband. I do feel that I know that not everybody has somebody to rely on when they meet these scenarios, and I do feel blessed in that situation. And apart from the financial part of it, my husband has been extremely positive and supportive and nurturing and encouraging. He's been letting me go through all my emotions and he's, basically told me to take a little bit of a time and, go through those emotions. And when you're back, at 100% mentally, then you can, start digging into the job hunt and everything. But for him, it's really important that we don't make rash changes out of fear and instead make, calculated decisions, right? After we've gauged the lay of the land, which you gotta love him for that, right? Because I am one for an existential crisis. So glad I really appreciate that he's giving me that perspective. Still it's going to be hard, and the job market is very hard. In the meantime, enough about that. What you can expect in terms of these cash stuffing videos, the cadence might increase in terms of the videos that I'm putting out. The amounts might decrease based on how we're reprioritizing our savings. One thing I for sure want to do is to start a 30-day challenge. I actually created one for myself, which I'm going to be happy to share with you tomorrow. And it's a part of the Caribbean Blues series that I had created. And I've decided I'm going to try to stuff the Caribbean Blue binder twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even if it's a short video, because I want to make sure that I'm doing that 30-day challenge and getting that money, saved up on a consistent basis. And I'm really excited to show you that. It's really, really cute. He wants to make sure that we continue to prioritize our couples binder, because I've had more time now just alone with my thoughts. I've had more time on my hands now. I've just been really busy making a bunch of savings challenges, and I'll show one of them to you tomorrow, and I'll probably show a few of them to you on Wednesday in our Warm and Fuzzies Wednesday, because sometimes you have to do something to distract yourself from the sadness. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you listening to me vent and talk, but it's real life. This stuff happens. I know I'm not the only one who goes through it, and sometimes just being honest and vulnerable and putting yourself out there, other people will feel better about the situation that they're in, knowing that they're not alone. So I hope that that's what this ultimately is. And also, to end on a positive note, every day is a blessing. When we wake up, it's a blessing, right? Being able to have a home, to have more time with my family, all of those are blessings in disguise. They may not have come the way you expect, but it could just be God telling me, hey, you need to spend more time with your husband and with your kids, or hey, I have something else planned for you. You don't see it right now, but I have something else planned for you. I just needed to get this job out of your way in order for you to see it, So I really appreciate you. I'd love for you to hit the like button if you made it this far. Definitely subscribe if you'd like to follow along and see how this new journey goes for us. I wanted to mention one more thing is I'm thinking I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit 250 subscribers. It's going to be just a small little giveaway, and I don't know, I've been collecting things to give away for future for my big milestones or whatever, but I think that I'm just gonna start giving them away at random times, and so hopefully to bring some joy in other people's lives. But I'll probably talk a little bit more about that on Wednesday. But if you're interested in a giveaway, you haven't subscribed yet, definitely hit the subscribe button. Help me get to that 250. If you're not interested in a giveaway and you haven't subscribed yet, and you weren't too depressed by the vibe today, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and catch me in some other videos. But anyway, I hope this week is phenomenal for you, and I do hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.